It's going to stay hot over the weekend. Boy, today's one of those days you just wish we had those beaches along the Ohio River. I'm lobbying for that. One of these years, we're going to get it. It was hot across much of the southeastern part of the country today. A number of states in the 90s again. A number of weather stations in Kentucky topped out right at 90 degrees. Hey, Baltimore 93, Orlando 93 today, Jackson missed 94, and San Antonio up at 95 degrees this afternoon. Our normal high temperature this time of year, mid to upper 70s, and looking back at this week, Tuesday was the coolest day of the week when it was in the lower 80s. Every other day has been in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. More heat, more humidity in the forecast for the weekend. This evening, our skies are partly cloudy right now. The temperature is 74 degrees. Winds are calm. Humidity is 82%. Barometer steady. The air quality index 53. And that's moderate. Our high today in Louisville right at 90, 72 the low this morning, 0.04 of an inch of rain with that shower earlier this evening. The nation's hotspot, Laredo, Texas at 100, Ely, Nevada, bottomed out at 27 degrees this morning. Hey, there's a rainbow out at Cardinal Stadium tonight as that shower moved through the area. Boy, it's kind of beneficial rains around portions of our area. Up to the north of us, though, we had a lot of severe weather across Indiana. That is dying down tonight. This is all ground clutter around the Louisville area. There's the batch of thunder shower activity moving away from us. Now, a number of cities in Indiana hit by large hailstorms, hailstones from big storms, however you want to say it. They had damage at Brownstown, Bloomington, Terre Haute, Mooresville, Logansport, Elkhart. A tornado left a path of destruction about 2 miles long, damaging a number of buildings. Last week, we had no injuries out of that storm, so that's good news if it turns out to be correct. But you can see it's been a rough day across the Hoosier State weather-wise. Here's the latest super radar view. Big storms moving across Ohio. These storms are all moving toward the northeast. Other big storms in Missouri, Iowa, severe weather in Wisconsin. None of this expected to affect our area tonight, it looks like. We are in this hot, humid air. Here's the dividing line, this front through the Plain States and also through the Great Lakes states. And it's going to stay pretty much in that position through the weekend. We'll see the more scattering of thunderstorms locally with the hot weather. Hey, out west, it's been a very stormy week, and the snow total has now piled up to 40 inches at Snowbird Ski Resort out in Utah. Amazing total for this time of year. Partly cloudy skies locally tonight. 70 will be the overnight low. Both days over the weekend, upper 80s, maybe 90 degrees, partly sunny, and a 40% chance of thunderstorms. And again, if it rains over the weekend, it's going to be one of these brief showers or brief thunderstorms, rain for 5 or 10 minutes, and that's about it. Now, you want some cooler weather? You can wait till late next week. Thursday and Friday, highs will be in the 70s. Scattered storms through the week. Continued warm, though, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So, just like last night, I said we keep postponing the cooling trend. I've shoved it back a couple more days now.
Did you see that rainbow tonight?
No, I missed it.
So did I, actually.
James Thomas out there at the stadium caught that for me.
Oh, it's supposed to be beautiful. Yeah.
I tell you, we've got beautiful rainbows around here.
Yes.
We've all heard about the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic. But Jefferson County students have a 4th R, rinsing. Tonight on Health Beat, Carolyn C. tells us why health officials are so eager for children to use a fluoride rinse.
This is the 11th year that public, private, and parochial schools have offered the fluoride mouth rinse program. All school-age children in Jefferson County can take part in the program. The fluoride rinse program is voluntary. Last year, 60,000 students rinsed once a week with fluoride. Fluoride has been added to the Louisville area water since the 1950s. It's been proven to be the best and easiest way to protect teeth against plaque. Plaque is a sticky film of bacteria that builds up on teeth. In proper proportions, fluoride can reduce the incidence of cavities by up to 65%. And fluoride rinses like the one used in the schools have been shown to reduce tooth decay by 30 to 40%. I'm Carolyn C., and that's tonight's Health Beat.
In sports, Kelly Daley has more on, guess what? The Trinity St. X game.
And I think most people would say it's an upset. We'll have highlights and more next in sports. And a surprise not so much in who won, but how much they won by. That's the big surprise tonight. The chair of Shillelagh goes to the Tigers of St. Xavier. Tonight's St. X upset Trinity in the renewal of that great rivalry at Cardinal Stadium. So for the Tigers, a big win, and with it, a lot of bragging rights, and that's Shillelagh, which goes to the winner each and every year. Now, the first score of the ball game came on Trinity's first possession of the game, but it wasn't the Shamrocks who scored. Here, Brent Adams picks off a Brian Stallman pass, and Adams with some real good speed here brings it back 59 yards for the score to give St. Xavier a 7-0 lead 5 minutes into the football game. The next time the Tigers offense got the ball, they scored. Here, Jeff Houck hits Juan Montano on the quick slant for 11 yards. That's good for a 1st and goal. Then on the very next play, Tim Wimsatt, a junior, caps off the 47-yard march. He scores from 7 yards out, and the Tigers have a surprisingly big 14-0 lead after 1 quarter of play. In the second quarter, X got a big play from its special teams here. Montano, who is just a really fine all-round football player, gets some real good blocks on the punt return. He makes a good cut. A 44-yard return for the senior, which put the Tigers at the Rock's 28-yard line. 2 plays later, Houck on the rollout left, and he just keeps on rolling. 25 yards for the touchdown as St. Xavier took a commanding 21-0 lead over Trinity at the half. Now, the second half was much more evenly played after a scoreless third quarter. Trinity finally got on the board in the fourth quarter. There, Craig Fithian hooks up with Greg Brome for the score to make the score 21-6. X, of course, still leading. After that, it was all X defense. Kenny Bowler, a senior, with the interception for the Tigers here. And from there, the Tigers of St. Xavier go on to pull off an upset over Trinity by a big final of 21-6.
I think it was a great team effort. I think our defense played tremendous. Nobody gave our defense a lot of respect after that Male loss. And we've heard so much stuff about Male High School and our loss. We were there. I think we've come back. We're a pretty fair football team.
So a big win for Mike Glazer's ball club. The St. X Tigers now 4-1, as are the defending state champion Trinity Shamrocks, who suffer their first loss of the season tonight. In other action around Jefferson County tonight, PRP down Southern 19-6. Moore Blank Butler 6-zip. Valley Edge Doss 7-6. Fairdale with a 46-0 blowout of Western. Nothing in from Fern Creek Eastern. Look at this one. Iroquois with a big 49-0 win over Ballard. Male leads Wagoner 32-6 in the fourth. J-Town blank Manual tonight 25-0. Seneca down Central 14-6. No score to report from tonight's Shawnee-Atherton ball game. North of the river, a big ball game tonight as Clarksville hosted Charlestown, and this was a wild one. Here, Charlestown's Philip Barton breaks it big. That gave the visitors an early 6-zip lead in this ball game. Now, Clarksville fumbled the ensuing kickoff, and yes, lightning does strike twice. Martin on the same play. This time a little niftier run, I guess. Just like that, Charlestown has a 2-touchdown lead. It's 12-zip. The visitors went on to take an 18-7 lead after 1 quarter, but then Clarksville rallied via the pass in the second quarter. Robbie Vanover hits a wide-open Ronnie Myers there. The Generals are back in it. They now trail by 4 at 18-14, but not for long. Here it's Vanover to Todd Cobb on the quick hitter. That gave Clarksville a 21-18 lead at the half, and the second half was all Clarksville. The Generals went on to roll over Charlestown by a final of 42-24. Another scores for you tonight. New Albany beat Providence 18-15. Jeffersonville over Madison by a final of 40-0. Floyd Central down Jennings County 26-8. Back here in Kentucky, it was Fort Knox over LaRue County 35-22. And North Hardin beat Meade County 35-12, that final score. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in baseball's 2 divisional races, which haven't officially been decided yet. Now, the Red Sox and the Blue Jays really have one going. It's zip-zip in the 10th in Boston. The Red Sox with a magic number of 3 going into that ball game. In the West, the Rangers and Angels are just underway. California with a magic number of 2, so the Angels can clinch with a win over Texas tonight. Now, tonight was a big night at Louisville Downs as it hosted the $250,000 Breeders' Crown Trot. This very rich race for 4-year-olds and up with just a super field of 8 entered. And now here's how the Breeders' Crown Trot unfolded as they headed for home.
They're at the head of the stretch. Down the lane. Nearly perfect with the lead. Driving on the outside is Pigvar. Manfred Hanover is third. The winner of this Breeders' Crown for aged trotters, Nearly Perfect.
Nearly Perfect. Perfect with Mickey McNichol along for the ride. Returns 360, 260, and 220. Nearly Perfect covers the mile in 1:57.2. That is not a world record. Who holds that world record? Does Novell Pride, Grade Singer, Pete's Fanny, or does Nihilator hold the world trotting record on a half-mile track for a mile-long race? I'm done.
Hey, good job.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Who was watching what in Kentuckiana tonight?
We'll have the results of our TV television.
24% answered Miami Vice. 5% said they give Sledgehammer a try. 14% said none of the 3, and 10% didn't say anything.
Well, I hate to say it, but I think Sledgehammer
got
sort of
Sledgehammer.
hammered there. Well, it's new, right?
Kelly?
The 14% that were watching something else were probably watching St. X Trinity, a good ball game. Nearly Perfect won the Breeders' Crown Trot at Louisville Downs tonight in a time of 1:57.2. Off the world record, which is held by Novell Pride. John?
Okay, Kelly, upper 80s to near 90 over the weekend, 40% chance of thunderstorms, no cooler weather until next week. Maybe ABC should have stuck with the Love Boat or something on Friday night.
Well, it's brand new. Give it a chance.
It's new. Give it a chance. And be sure and join us at our new time on Monday at 6 o'clock. Good night and have a good weekend.
See you then.